What's up, guys? After that failure of a unboxing video for Ellis Dorn through the Phyrexian Collector set, wasn't in the happiest of moods. But over the weekend, I also did an event. This was over April Fools weekend, and I did the sealed draft event for Unfinity, and I got first place in it actually. So after like opening some of the packs and everything and seeing some of the cards, I realized that some of these are interesting to be utilized that were legal, and the fact that they can be used for Commander. That being said, I decided to be a little adventurous and got myself a box of these. Now, I also know that there's like the dual lands in these that are super expensive for what I heard as well, and that there's some pretty solid cards in here. I had a lot of fun playing these. I did a green, blue, black deck that had a lot of fun with the attractions and the stickers. So we're gonna open this up. We're gonna hopefully get some cards that I want to use for Commander, and hopefully it'll be a better experience than the Phyrexia packs. So at least with this one, we got a lot more to go through, and hopefully we might get those dual lands. But let's see where this goes. Alright guys, we're gonna have some fun here. We're gonna open these packs and get this box open and hope for some good stuff here. Let's get this thing going. And starting off here, we got our box topper. We got some fun stuff with that. And let's see what we got for our card. Got the Blood Crypt, the Swamp Mountain. This card is pretty badass looking. So, for this to be the box topper, I'm all for this. And we got like a little thing here. How these are all done for drafting. But let's get this show on the road. This is also a pretty good card here if you're like wanting to get tickets. So let's open up these draft boosters. Yeah, am I looking for anything special in particular? Somewhat. It's just hope it works. So any of these cards that have an acorn on them, they are not legal. So just letting you guys know that. Whereas stuff like this are. And there's some like pretty interesting ones. Like this one for starters, like, to open an attraction. I'm trying to make like an attraction deck. 6-sided die, that's a pretty good one. Roll a 6-sided die and choose a target creature, and all of this can happen to it. I love that ability. It could be really fun and menacing. And the things with some of these decks are mostly like attractions, tickets, stickers, and rolling dice. And a lot of these sets here have like some interesting attunements to all of them. And we got some interesting aura cards here for stickers and everything. Urza's Funhouse, though, that's a real fun one. With this particular rare, basically you have to go to askurza.com and you can have some crazy abilities that can pop off. You can like get like 100 life. You could have like all your creatures have X amount of power and toughness. It could be crazy. Ooh, we got the Planet Forest. That's pretty solid. And then for our attraction here, we got the Costume Shop, Merry-Go-Round, and we got a Lifetime Pass Holder. Those are some solid stuff right out the gate. Because Lifetime Pass Holder, that's great just to get some nice stuff going there with attractions and to just constantly bring it back out to the field. Merry-Go-Round is also interesting because creatures you control with power 2 or less gain horsemanship until the end of the turn, which means they can't be blocked except by creatures with horsemanship. So basically nothing. And then with this, if you're running a sticker deck, this is ideal too. So you can put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. And with these attractions, if you're running an attraction deck, you need to have at least 3 of them to run that. So that's going to have its own pile there for attractions. And then we got our pile for rares. So great start there. Better start than the Phyrexia pack did. So that's a decent start for all of us. All right. Oh, I'm pounding a lot of pot. Okay, this one's a fun one
because all you have to do is just like put on site and say incarcerate like a freaking Doctor Who robot, and it's just basically the same concept of exile and everything, and it's great. It's also a creature. But there's like also a battle where it's just like three of us had a couple of these and just like we're incarcerating the robot and kept going back and forth on it. Real funny stuff there. Um, Crow Kid, that's actually a pretty solid one. This one I'm not a big fan of just because the result of getting yourself killed is pretty bad, especially with the damage from that. Not a big fan. This one's a pretty solid if you want to get an traction out right away. And with this one, it's also interesting because this thing gets +1/+1 for every art sticker that gets on it, or any temporary +1/+1 for any on your creatures. That's a fun one. Ballerina. Some of these cards are so ridiculous, but I do love them. This one's great if you're going to be running like a token deck. I mean, just to make as many clown robots is pretty fun. Soul Performer. This one is interesting just because it like has like a lot of tapped abilities to activate again and again and again. We got a regular island. We got the fortune teller here. Bumper cars. All right, nothing special on that one. But still some decent stuff. All right, next pack. Airy Elephant, that one's actually pretty good for tickets. The Questionable Cuisine. This one's real fun. Basically, you gotta put a sticker on this, and you gotta ask someone if this is well balanced, so that way it can activate its ability. It's a real fun one there. One Clown Band, that one's actually good if you're running any robots. Same with the Squirrel Squatters here. If you're running like a squirrel deck, this could be a fun one. Blank Balls of Fire, that one's also a fun enchantment. It ends with feel you put a name sticker on it, where you put a sticker on this enchantment and deals damage equal to the number of O's in its name. So if you got a sticker that has a lot of O's in it, I mean that's gonna have some fun damage going there. And Attempted Murder, this card is a really great one. Just because for the name alone, on top of that, it has some fun abilities to bring out some bird creature tokens. And let's see, Katarina of Mira's Marvels. Enters the battlefield, choose a letter. Whenever you cast a spell whose name begins with that chosen letter, create a 2/2 cat with flying. That's actually a pretty solid one right there. Got a Schwamp. Guess your fate. Ooh, this one's interesting. All right. Okay, so some more fun stuff there. There are a couple like attractions that I'm hoping to go for, one of which is Tunnel of Love. That card is really great, and hopefully you can get that. So the Sanguine Sipper here, that one's actually pretty good because you've got a sticker. This one's got lifelink. Wolf in Blank's Clothing, that one's also fun because whenever you put the sticker on it, when you do put up to X target creatures, each get -1/-1, where X is the number of vowels in its sticker. And then that Bamboozling Beeble, this is great against robots as well as helping for dice rolls. And again, if you're running circus stuff, like for like the clowns, this is also a fun one just to get tokens out right away. And also, I love the alt art for this set because the alt art is very much like retro, like Jetsons kind of look to it. This one's also pretty good. When you put an ability sticker on a creature, put a 1/1 counter on that creature as well. Like that could be a real fun one. Night of the Living Dead, that's actually a card I was hoping to get. After you roll a die, you may pay 1 life. If you do, increase or decrease the result by 1. You do this each turn, and if you roll a 6, you get a 2/2 zombie. This is a fun one. Essentially, you have to like balance like 7 cards on your head, and if you're able to do it, and draw yourself essentially, because this is going to beat yourself in the game, you win automatically. I have not seen anyone do that yet, but if anyone ever does, like that'll be a fun thing to watch right there. Concession stand, that's actually a good. Food tokens right away, it's always a fun thing. That's what the zombie employees look like. That's pretty cool. Alright. Next pack. Prize wall, good defender card. I mean, basically just like tap it to get tickets every turn. Pretty solid right there. Rat in the Hat. Some of these are so funny and dumb, just with the names alone. And this is what I was talking about. So the Blowbrain Bunny, same concept as the prize wall. You know, tap it, you get a ticket. This one's a really good card. Ambassador Blorpity Blorploop. Essentially, if it gives you tickets right out of the gate, but also this thing gains toughness and power to every creature that has a sticker on it. So if you're running a sticker deck, this thing is going to be brutal. Honestly, I would recommend this as a commander, if anything. She's also pretty solid too for rerolls and opening attractions. Captain Rex, perfect. This guy was one I was also searching for. He is essentially what people call the Zap Brannigan card. And basically, being a comment on your turn, target non-land permanent you control, it becomes a vehicle artifact until the end of the turn. Its base power and toughness are equal to its mana value. It has Crew 2 and Crash Land. Whenever this vehicle deals damage, roll a 6-sided die. If the result is equal to the vehicle's mana, it deals that much damage to any target, then sacrifice this vehicle. Pretty solid of a card right here. And the fact that it is legal, it is usable. And we got a Mountain Planet, really solid there. Now you see me. Okay. All right. That's a solid pull right there. All right. Next pack. Performance, down for repairs. Wizards of the Blank. You know, a fun little Wizards of the Coast nod there. Whenever this creature hits the battlefield, they put a name sticker on it. Then look at the top X cards, where X is the number of unique vowels. That's a really fun one. It's good for scrying, for sure. And then to give this thing trample if you just have a sticker on it, also very fun. Oh, Minoxa, some people are using her as a commander as well. Whenever you roll a 3 or higher, Minoxa gains first strike until the end of the turn. If the roll is 4 or higher, it gains menace. If the roll 5 or higher, it gains lifelink. And if you roll a 6, roll a 6-sided die. So, you know, have some fun abilities there with that. And let's see, how is this a par 3? Whenever you cast a spell, you may have target player mill X cards, where X is the number of words in that spell's name. Great for a mill deck, but sadly, not legal. Regular Mountain, Costume Shop, Roller Coaster, got a Gate Bot here. All right. That's a good times roll. We got some good pulls so far from this. Really enjoying this. Alright, we got our Sipper here, our Wolf, our Beetle. Rad Rascal, that one's actually decent. You get an attraction out. Carnivore, you get a ticket, and you put a sticker on a non-land, plus it has Death Touch, and it's a 4/6. That's a pretty solid card right there. The Big Top, that's a good card for if you're wearing like a shirt with all the colors on there, so you can have any kind of mounting you want. Pair of Dice Lost. Roll 2 6-sided die. Return any number of cards with total mana X or less from your graveyard to your hand, where X is the total of those results. And you exile this card. Pretty solid. Oh, this is a good card. This card is a Doodle Characterist. Basically, you have 15 seconds to draw a 4/4 colorless creature, and for each thing you draw onto it, it gets an ability. So you get a... draw a token with flying if it has wings, first strike with a sword, vigilance with a shield, menace with mean eyes, trample with horns, death touch with claws, lifelink with fangs, and haste with footwear. I was able to pull this off a couple times. And we got our island planet here, real nice. Cover the spot. Ooh, centrifuge. Each player draws a card from the library of a player to their right. You create 3 treasure tokens. I can see why this would be labeled as illegal, because that's a pretty scary attraction, one might say. Is that the one I'm looking for? No. Alright, so what do we got here? Ooh, Embiggen! Till the end of turn, target non-Brushwhack creatures get 1/1 for each sub-type card and subtype it has. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, the Assemble. This was great for a Clown artifact deck because its power is equal to the number of robots you control. Same with Astroquarium. This card basically won me most of my matches in draft. The fact that it's just like you put one creature and have it be a 4/4 shark, and if you're able to fill up these cracks here with stickers, it becomes an 8/8 octopus. Already that alone is just scary as is. We got exchange of words here. When it enters the battlefield, choose target creatures. For as long as it remains on the battlefield, exchange the text boxes of those creatures. That is a very scary card, depending on how you're going to play it against a certain player, especially if they have a specific gimmick deck. We got a swamp. Nothing special there with the attractions. As you can see, these are very trolly cards, and it's kind of why I want to make a commander deck of that, because I think you can have a lot of fun and chaos with it. You just have to have the proper setup pairings with other cards. I feel like with this set, it'll definitely pair well with the Dungeons and Dragons set, most likely compared to others. Finishing move, you get 2 tickets, or you may put a sticker on an non-land permanent you control. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power. Pretty solid there. The Juggletron, that's where you put an art sticker on it, and you get 3/0 for each item in its art that's not touching Juggletron. So that's a pretty fun one. The Hardy of Mira's Marvels. It enters the battlefield, choose a number. Whenever you cast a spell with the chosen number of lines or flavor text, put that many counters on it. It also has a partner ability. My god. Sadly, it's illegal, but, my god, that'd be awesome. Push your luck. Visit. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you decide to stop. If the total mana value of the cards revealed weighs 7 or less, create a 2/2 pink teddy bear creature token. If the total is exactly 7, claim the prize. Shuffle the revealed cards into your library. And with the prize, you put 5/1/1 counters on a teddy bear you control against haste. That's scary. Man, some of these will be really fun for drafts. And what I'm going to be saying for these cards, you're thinking oh, Kyle, what are you going to be doing with the cards that you can't use for commander stuff? I'm going to be using these for fun drafts with my friends with this unset, because these are fun cards, and I'm not going to put them to waste. Motion Sickness. Enchant a creature. When Motion Sickness enters the field, tap the creature. Enchanted creature does not tap during its controller's untap step. Whenever you visit an attraction, you may attach Motion Sickness to a target tapped creature. So that's a fun one. Hat Trick is also fun, just the fact that you can have triple strike if you're wearing a hat. Oh, this one's an interesting one. When the Spinneret enters the battlefield, open an attraction. As long as you control 3 or more attractions, it gets 2/0 and has Menace. Okay, for a 4/4, that can be pretty interesting. When a chameleon enters the battlefield, you get 2 tickets, put a sticker on, and it has all abilities of ability stickers on other permanents you own and cards in my graveyard. That can be scary. That seems interesting now. Floros of Mira's Marvels enters the battlefield. Choose a number greater than 0. When you cast a spell with power, toughness, or loyalty equal to that chosen number, target artifact or creatures become an artifact creature with base power of toughness XX until the end of the turn, where X is the chosen number. And it has a partner ability too. So that's very interesting. Island, Trashman. Okay. And actually, this one's pretty good. Mill 2 cards and return a card at random from your graveyard to your hand. That could come in pretty handy, actually, if you're trying to get certain cards from your graveyard back to your hand. So that's interesting one. I'm learning a lot about these attractions that I've yet to see appear in any of the drafts that I've done with this set, and man, there's some interesting ones here. Disembowel. Destroy target creature. That creature's controller loses 1 life for each unique vowel. Command performance. Okay, so if you really are going to run like any kind of attraction ticket or whatever kind of deck, you're gonna have to run this. Like if you're running blue, this is an essential card to use because this is basically a give all for any type of card you're going to be running with these types of sets here. Tapper, that helped a lot for my whole sets in draft. Basically, just to untap creatures. Ooh, DK, Finder of the Lost. Okay. When it enters the battlefield, open interaction. Whenever you roll a 2, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1. Whenever you roll a 4, you may tap or untap target artifact or creature. Whenever you roll a 6, return target creature from card from your graveyard to your hand. That's a good zombie card. That's actually pretty cool. Ooh, Mira. Yes, I was hoping to get her. She's also one a lot of people want to use for Commander. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, open an interaction. Exile target instant or sorcery spell with mana value X from your graveyard and choose an attraction you control that doesn't have a midway counter on it. Put a midway counter on it whenever you visit that attraction, copy that exile card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. This card can be very scary if done correctly. Spin, okay. I'm like, looking at some of these abilities here and stuff, it's like the cost for these tickets can be very scary. Like for 5 tickets, you get a 7/7. 3 tickets for a Vigilance Reach. I mean, there's some interesting combos you could work with these for the sticker ability. I feel like, though, I've gotten most of the cards I've been wanting, which is opposite of the Phyrexia one, so I'm kind of happy there. But I'm still needing that freaking Tunnel of Love. Let's see what you do here. Roxy the pulses to the stars power is equal to the number of permanents you control with an art sticker, plus the number of cards in your graveyard with an art sticker. Ooh, okay. When Roxy enters the battlefield, distribute up to 2 art stickers among 1 or 2 non-land permanents you control. So essentially, you get like, I guess like a 3/4 out the gates? Yeah. Well, 2/4. I'm reading that wrong. Yeah, so essentially you're getting like a 2/4 right out the gate with this thing. I think that could be pretty fun, especially if you're running a sticker deck. This one's also good. The Park Bleeder. Whenever another creature you own enters the battlefield, get a ticket. And the fact that you can just tap this with a 1 cost, put a sticker on a creature you own that entered the battlefield this turn. This is great if you're running tokens. I feel like this is like a perfect one to run there. Standard procedure. Reveal the standard procedure from your hand. Choose any instant or sorcery card value 3 or less, currently legal in standard format. Standard procedure becomes that card until end of the turn. Interesting. Got a Florist. And we got a Hollow Island. Anything special on this one? Oh, see, like this. 3 tickets. 7/2. That can be pretty brutal. And same with this. When his permanent dies, return target non-creature, non-land card from your graveyard to your hand. I mean, that can be pretty good. There's some good abilities with these. I think we're about like a third of the way into this pack as of not pack, this box. God. All right, Jetpack Janitor. This thing has Alpha Strike. Okay, that's pretty decent. Begin, 6-sided die. Cutting attraction. Search your library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield tap, then open an attraction. Pretty good search card and gets you an attraction out of there. The Strength Tested Hammer. Creature gets XO until the end of the turn, where X is the result when you roll a 6-sided die. Then if it has the greatest power on the field or tied, it basically you draw a card. So, pretty solid there. And then Last Voyage of the Blank. When this enchantment enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. Then it becomes an aura with a enchant creature. Return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with and attach this aura to it. Enchanted creature gets 2/0 for each name sticker on this aura with 7 or few letters. When an aura leaves the battlefield, sacrifice the enchanted creature. So, not bad. Ooh, Bioluminary. Whenever it deals damage to a player, you get 2 tickets, then you may put a sticker on a nail on. This can be pretty good if you're like making it with flying or any type of ability to, avoid getting blocked. Oh, anime graveyard. This one's really fun. Basically, this makes your graveyard into a creature, and it has XX for the amount that's in it. This could be a very good one if you're running that mill deck style with it. Can be pretty fun. Okay. See, 3 tickets for Double Strike. That could be pretty fun. Ooh, 2 tickets for Bushido even. There's some interesting, scary abilities there. And what I'm gonna do if I do draft this set with friends, like just like put like all the cards in a pile or something, I'm gonna probably just like say, look, you can grab like 3 of the sticker cards, but they're gonna be shuffled. So best of luck there. This one is definitely gonna be great for Commander. Good Day to Pie. Tap up to 2 target creatures. When you put a name sticker on a creature, you may turn this card to your hand. So constantly reusing the Good Day to Pie can be pretty fun. The Wicker Picker, what creature spells you have sticker kicker 1. Basically, you may pay an additional 1 as you cast a creature spell. If you do, get a sticker along with a ticket. Oh, the Great Merchant of the Alphabet. When it enters the battlefield, choose a letter for each creature you control that has that chosen letter in its name. You gain 1 life, and each opponent loses 1 life. This could be a fun one to use and pretty annoying. Surprise Party. When Surprise Party enters the battlefield, yell "Surprise!" and put onto the battlefield any number of printed clown robot tokens that aren't touching each other, that you hid on the battlefield before you cast Surprise Party, that weren't spotted by any opponent before you cast Surprise Party. Robots you control get 1-0 and have vigilance. So, if you have like a mat like me, put all of your robot tokens underneath there and, have some fun. Ooh, okay. What are you? Gallery of Legends. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. Then choose a legendary creature card name with the same mana value as that card. Create a token that's a copy of that card with the chosen name. That token gains haste. Exile at the beginning of your next end step. Okay, that could be a pretty fun one. Blank Blank Rocket Ship. When this vehicle enters the battlefield, you may put up to 2 named stickers on it. Whenever this vehicle attacks, choose a letter. That vehicle gets 1/1 until the end of the turn with each name sticker on it that begins with the chosen letter. So, if you want to get some good combos with that, that can be pretty scary. Alright. Okay, so anything else that's special here? This card gets like passed around the most from what I've seen for draft. Like not many people like to use Rockstar. This one's pretty good. Chicken Troop. When it enters the battlefield, you get a ticket. Then you put a sticker on it, and it has a ward cost. For a 2 cost, this is a pretty solid card. Oh, this is interesting. Blank 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 Trespasser. When this card enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. This creature gets 1/0 until the end of the turn for each name sticker on it. It can't be blocked. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Ooh, Opening Ceremony. Add 1 of every type of mana. You may open a sealed magic booster pack until the end of the turn. You may cast spells from among the cards in that booster pack. That's a pretty solid one. I had like a similar card, but it was like a low cost black card, and I had like a couple packs to open. One of the cards I used was a ninjutsu ninja from Kamigawa, and that essentially won me my match. We got another Island Planet. Anything special here? Haste. Nothing special on that one. So essentially what we have left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 21 cards left in this box. And we're about, at 30 minutes. I think we're doing pretty good. Alright, so Hat Trick, Deputy Attendant. Okay, we got a Pietra, Crafter of Clowns. She's a fun one to use, especially if you're running a clown deck. Tell a joke you haven't told this game to someone outside the game. Create a 1/1 white clown token artifact. If that person left, they gain haste. And robots you control get 1/1. So, having a 2/2, every turn is pretty solid. Autograph book. A lot of people have used this just to get some free draws out. I signed a couple of these in draft. Blue Ribbon. When Blue Ribbon enters the battlefield, ask a person outside the game which creature you control is the most deserving of a blue ribbon. Attach it to it. Equipped creature has Best in Show. Whenever another creature becomes the target of a spell or ability control, you may copy that spell or ability. If you do, the copy he targets this creature. That's pretty solid. Not gonna lie. Planes. Yeah. And anything special in here? Switches creature's power and toughness until the end of the turn. Oh, okay. That can be pretty good. When this creature attacks, it gets 5/5 until the end of the turn. That's interesting right there. All right, we're in the 20s. Wait, ending the 20s. What am I saying? This set is making me lose my mind. As long as you visit an attraction this turn, Soul Swindler has Indestructible. And whenever it enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Okay. For a 5/3, I feel like that's an okay card. Robo Pinata, really solid card there for tickets or getting a sticker out. Come in attraction, search your library for a basic land, get the attraction out. Pin Collection. When Pin Collection enters the battlefield, you may put an ability sticker with ticket cost X or less on it without paying the sticker's ticket cost. Ooh, that's interesting. That could be pretty scary. An equipped creature gets 1/1 and has all abilities of ability stickers on Pin Collection. That could be a fun equipment spell there. Oh, this card is very interesting. I faced off against this once in one of the drafts. Essentially, at the beginning of your combat in your turn, roll 2 6-sided die. For each result of 1, this card gets a 1/1 until the end of the turn. For each other result, it gains the ability. If you roll doubles, it also gains double strike. So roll a 2, menace, 3 vigilance, 4 lifelink, 5 flying, 6 indestructible. This card can be pretty damn scary, I might say. Oh, the planes. This is one of my favorites of like the planet cards. It's like a beautiful looking one. Alright. We got there for our attraction. We got a squirrel. Hellbent. This creature gets 3/3 as long as you have no cards in your hand. Knowing me, how I play my games, typically I am next to no cards. Like I typically try to play everything in my hand. And you know, sometimes it's best to hold on to what you can, but I'm just like, I'm just gonna play what I can work with. Line Cutter, that's good for getting attraction out and for some decent defense. Same with like Seeing the Buccaneer, just to get those attractions out fast. Got another Monoxa. Saw in Half, that's another card that I've been hoping to get. Destroy target creature. If that creature dies this way, its controller creates 2 tokens that are copies of that creature, except their base power is half that creature's power and half their toughness. If you have something that you can like take control of that creature and able to like manipulate that, then you might have something good going there. It's just like it's a kind of a risky one to play if you're taking out like a very good card. Okay, Foam Weapon Kiosk. That one's actually pretty good too. Let's see, that one's okay. Still no Tunnel of Love yet, though. Hoping to get that. It's like the last one I really need. Ooh, a Ticket of Matron. When it's entered the battlefield, you get a ticket. Then you may put a sticker on a non-permanent you control. That one's pretty good. If you're able to like just constantly spam that out, that's also a good one to use right there. Fight the Blank Fight. Enchant creature you control. When the aura enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. When you do, the enchanted creature fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Enchanted creature gets 0/2 for each name sticker on this aura with 8 or more letters. Pretty decent. Quick Fixer. Whenever Quick Fixers deal damage to a player, open an attraction. In fact, it's got Menace. Like if you're running an attraction deck, this might be a pretty solid one to run. Ooh, Centaur of Attention. When it enters the battlefield, you roll 5 6-sided die and store those results on it. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may reroll any number of Centaur Attention stored results. Centaur of Attention gets XX, where X is the greatest number of stored results on it of the same value. So essentially, if you're good at Yahtzee, this is a great card for you. Got another Swamp Planet. Tunnel of Love. Yes! Yes, this card is amazing. Choose an opponent. They choose a creature they control, then you choose a creature you control. You may exile the chosen creature. If you do, return them to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Otherwise, the chosen creature fight each other. This is such a good card with this set. It has such a broken ability, and it's so great for controlling the field. This is an ideal card to have if you want to run an attraction deck. Got anything nice here? Oh, this is nice. Tap 2 for 2 mana. Like, that's pretty nice. That right there, honestly. Well, now that I essentially got all the cards that I need, let's see what else I can get out of these packs. Probably like my odds were better because, you know, I got more to work with here compared to a collector's pack. But, you know, wanted to play my odds with the pricier stuff. This card's a real fun one. This is basically is like you need to have 3 hands to make this thing a real good card. But even with 2, this is a pretty solid thing. Because when you got 1 hound, it gets 2/2, so essentially becomes a 3/3. 2 hands on it, it has menace. A 3rd hand though, it gives it lifelink. That could be a pretty good card. Same with the Vegisaur here. Whenever you roll your 3rd die each turn, put a 1/1 counter on it. So if you're good on rolling dice, this is a card to use here. Ooh, okay. We got an adventure card. The Omniclown Colossus. It's a 7/7 affinity for clowns. Okay, so if you're writing a clown deck, this is probably ideal. And then for a 5 cost, Pyroclasm deals pi damage to each non-clown creature. How to calculate pi isn't important. It's a smidgen more than 3. This is a fun one. I've seen people use that before, and it can be pretty scary. Okay, balloon sand. Okay. When it's permanent dies, you may destroy a non-target land permanent. Okay, that one's pretty good. I mean, essentially, I got the cards I need for my commander deck now. Like, this is going to be some fun stuff to work with here. Ride Guide, you know, open interaction, decent 4/4. This one's also pretty solid for a 3/3, for a 3 cost, I mean, and just to sacrifice it to gain life. So, you know, solid card there. The Carnival Barker. I have this card already, but it's pretty interesting. You have 30 seconds to land a lot of creature you control to any people outside the game. Until the end of the turn, that creature gains trample and haste and gets XO, where X is the number of people who applauded. Activate only as a sorcery and only use once. That's a fun one for draft. Oh, Hall of Mirrors. This is actually a really good attraction too, because it's basically choose a target creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that, and it's not a legendary. This could be very scary. If you have like a very broken legendary creature, having copies of that is just might be just game over right then and there. Ooh, War 2 for that. Alright. Got our next pack. Questionable Cuisine. Move, Rockstar. Line Prancers. When Line Prancers are in the battlefield, you get 2 tickets. You may put a power and toughness sticker on a creature you own. Okay. Target creature you don't control blocks target creature you control with a power toughness sticker on it other than the Line Prancers. Okay. Okay. The Space Family Goblin Sin. They have trample as long as you roll 3 or more dice this turn. Whenever you roll a die, put a 1/1 counter on them. Okay. So this is like a slow build-up type of card, but that's a very interesting nonetheless. Oh, Grand Marshal Macy. You may choose not to untap Grand Marshal Macy during your untap step. If you do, put a pause counter on it. Then you lose 1 life for each pause counter on it. Whenever Macy becomes untapped, remove all pause counters from it. And 2 for tap. Choose until the end of the turn or this turn effect. As long as Macy remains tapped, that effect doesn't end. That's interesting. There's some interesting strategy you got to work with that though. Mobile Clone. Using a mobile device, take a picture of target creature. That device enters the battlefield as a token that's a photocopy of that pictured creature. Photocopies include auras, equipments, counters, stickers, and the shot. Don't touch other people's phones without permission, and be careful if you do. That's pretty funny. That's an interesting one right there. Oh, hey, there's Death Touch right there. That can make for some fun stuff. Alright. Blank Bird gets the worm. Flying. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. You gain X life, or X is the number of unique values in that sticker. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Oh, Xeno Squirrels. That's a fun one. It has 2 counters on it, and after you roll a die, you may remove a 1/1 counter from it to increase or decrease the result. That is very great for attraction decks. Limbs the Barone Midway Mobster. This card is perfect if you got a hat. Enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control that has a hat. Discourtesy Clerk. When Discourtesy Clerk enters the battlefield, open an attraction. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 more attractions, you draw a card and you lose a life. Park Reentry. Return up to 2 target creature cards that have a hat and or mana 3 or less from graveyard to your battlefield. Alright. We got Ignacio of Mira's Marvels. As Ignacio enters the battlefield, choose Armor, Blood, Book, Bottle, Feign, Fire, Scroll, Spear, Sword, or Water. Whenever you cast a spell to choose an object in the art, create 2 treasure tokens. It has a partner ability. Got an Island. Yeah, nothing special there. We got a Hollow of the Line Cutter. Alright. Okay. Some interesting stuff. We got our Incarcerate. We got Roxy. I really do love the art on these. So nice. Oh, Clown Car. Okay, this is a real fun one. So essentially, when it enters the battlefield, you pay X. So this is going to be a good card if you have like a lot of mana to use at your disposal. Basically, if you roll odd numbers, you get a white, like a 1/1 white clown robot, and for every even number, this vehicle gets a 1/1 counter on it. Definitely ideal to play late game. Got our another Swamp Planet. Then we got a Hollow of Fight for the Blank Fight. Alright. We're at 12 now. We're almost down to single digits. Alright. Got a Robo Pinata. Mistakes were made. Destroy target artifact or her enchantment. Create a 1/1 green squirrel creature. A token for each fire extinguisher you can see from your seat. Essentially, great card used for draft. Done for the day. This is a pretty good enchantment, actually. At the beginning of your end step, if you control an employee, performer, or a robot, you get a ticket or create a treasure token. If you control all 3, you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Ooh, Spelling Bee. Flying and Death Touch. Whenever Spelling Bee deals combat damage to a player, that player looks at the top card of my library, chooses a word on that card, I spell that word. If I spell it correctly, I draw it. Otherwise, I scry. This is actually a pretty good search card. Okay. Alright. Alright, number 11. Boop, boop, boop. I love this card. It's so funny. Phone a friend. Okay. Call someone and ask them to choose one. If they don't answer, an opponent chooses one. Don't explain anything. You choose targets. A. Gain control of target creature you don't control. B. Choose target creature you control. Create 2 tokens that are each copies of it. C. Take an extra turn after this one. D. Draw 7 cards. For a 5 cost, this is a fun card. Oh snap! We actually got another dual lands. Sacred Foundry, a Mountain Plains. Okay. And then we got log flu. Okay, choose up to 4 creatures you control. Those creatures jump in a log until the end of the turn. Creatures in a log together can't be blocked unless they're all blocked. If a spell or ability you control targets one of them, it targets all of them. That's pretty good. That's a good pack, y'all. That's a good pack. We got a dual land, and we got a pretty fun attraction. Okay, so good to know that we got more than just the topper one. We champion a main event horizon. So this is a board wipe card, essentially. As an additional cost to cast a spell, choose A through M or N through Z. Destroy each creature whose name begins with a letter in a chosen range. You know, for a 5 cost, pretty decent. We got a Schwamp. Okay. That card actually helped me in a previous draft before. Pretty solid board wiper. Alright. Boop, boop. Alright, we're in the single digits now. So we got the regular version of Tuscan Whiskers. Night Shift the Living Dead. Ooh, the Most Dangerous Gamer. Death Touch. Whenever the Most Dangerous Gamer enters the battlefield or attacks, open an interaction. Whenever you open an interaction, put a 1-1 counter on the Most Dangerous Gamer. Whenever you claim the prize of an attraction, destroy target permanent. This card is very scary, to say the least. Like I said, with this set, this could be very annoying for Commander, and it's kind of why I want to run like a, honestly, yeah, run an interaction deck. And honestly, the one Phyrexian card that I got from that box might be my Commander actually for this, because it could potentially help me. Oh, Boyne. So this is a good one. Return target creature to its owner's hand, then roll a 6-sided die. If that result is 3 or less, scry a number of cards equal to that result. Pretty solid. Clowning around, create 2 clown tokens, roll a 6-sided die. If the result is equal to or less than the number of robots you control, create a 1/1. So essentially, you might be creating 3 tokens with that. Step Right Up helps you open 2 attractions. Like, there's some solid cards with this set to help for certain situations. Oh, we got the alt art for the ambassador. Real solid there. Starlight Spectacle. Parade. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, choose a creatures you control one at a time until each creature you control has been chosen. Each of these creatures get 1/1 until the end of the turn for each creature chosen before it. So, this can be a very fatal card if you got a spam field full of tokens. Okay, okay. What's interesting about these trivia contest cards is that they all have like different abilities for them. This one is like red card, sorcery, or legendary. Certain other ones can have other like things. Like one could be like, say the green card, or like say like a instant or something like that. Like situations like that can be pretty, I don't know, helpful for you or much of a hindrance, depending if you want to use it or not. But, you know, I digress there. Oh my god, this one was opened terribly. Oh, bar entry. This was a fun one. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater, or destroy target creature with any part of its head higher than its bar. So essentially, for example, if we had like these 2 cards next to each other, he would not be destroyed because his head is above under the bar. However, her though, she would count. So it's a fun card to use, especially if you got like situations like this. You got like a very powerful card out and you just want to get it destroyed. Got another Pietra. Ooh, we got the Claire de Lune Joy Sculptor. When she enters the battlefield for the rest of the game, tokens you own become cards that are still tokens. You may put a token from your graveyard or hand onto the battlefield. This is such a good card because it essentially just makes your deck so broken. So broken. Alright guys, we're at, for this, we got 5 left. I pretty much got everything I needed from this set. That's all I need now, moving forward for my Commander fun. Meet and greet, Sisei. Whenever you cast a spell, choose one. Flavor, meet and greet. Sisei gets 1/1 until the end of the turn for each line of flavor text that spell has. History, create a treasure token if that spell doesn't share an expansion symbol with a permanent you control or a card in your graveyard. That could be pretty good. A forest. Ooh, and gift shop. Choose one that hasn't been chosen. Create a 1/1 red balloon. Create a 2/2 pink teddy bear. Create 2 food tokens. You get 3 tokens. You may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Okay, that's pretty solid. And we got like hollow or elephant. All right, okay, that's a solid pack right there. All right. Plot armor's pretty funny. Enchanted creature gets 2/2 and can't be blocked except by creatures with flavor text. Okay, we got another mobile clone. We got another planet. And, ooh, busted. Counter target spell unless that controller pays X, where X is the number of words in the name with the most words on what permanents you control. That's a pretty interesting one right there. Alright. Next one. Actually, I'm surprised there's a certain card that we haven't pulled. It was like wanting to hopefully get another of. Oh god, I can't spell that. Something elemental. Whenever you create a token or put a counter on a sticker or another permanent, put a knick-knack counter on the elemental. Use a unique item that completely fits on the elemental for each knick-knack counter. Gets 1/1 for each knick-knack counter on it. Okay. Building it up. Memory test. Okay. This one is just basically to like remember what you put down. That's a decent one. And see, like this one, blue card, enchantment, or creature type. They all have their own flavor text to them, which I do like, honestly. Makes it like if you were to like have different attractions and needing to use trivia contests to put people on their toes if they are not aware of that. Come on. Ooh, DK, Finder of the Lost. So when DK enters the battlefield, open attraction. I believe that's one of the first cards we got, but I don't think we have the alt art of her. Germaine, Pride of the Circus. Put two 1/1 counters on target creature with 4 or more legs. And then until the end of turn, all creatures are able to block target creature with 4 or more legs. Do so. Okay. And oh, this one's for colorless. Okay. Creature card or plane. Okay. I didn't know there was one for colorless, actually. Well, got 2 left. Am I not going to get the one I was, hoping to get as well? I mean, I already got it, but it's nice to show too. Oh, hey, we got Jace. And we got the alt art version too. Oh, that's solid. Yeah, there are like 2 planeswalkers in the set, and I actually do have the other one, which is a dog. So for this Jace, he has Space Sculptor. Divides the battlefield into alpha, beta, and gamma sectors. If a creature isn't assigned to a sector, its controller assigns it to one. Opponents assign first. Creatures in each sector can be blocked this turn only by creatures in the same sector. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature in that sector of your choice. Destroy all creatures in the sector of your choice. This is such an interesting card, and the fact that it is legal to use in Commander. That's, so interesting. Oh, and then we got like another interesting one here. Ferris Wheel. Choose target creature that hasn't been phased out with Ferris Wheel. That creature phases out until you roll 3 or less while rolling to visit your attractions. So that's helpful for yourself or helpful like taking out any of your opponents. So good stuff right there. And now we're down to our last pack. The card I was hoping to get to show you all was Devil K. Neville. It's essentially a card where if you line up all the creatures out in the field, you put Devil K. Neville on the end, you flip it over, and it gets, if it's able to go over the entire line, it gets XX for the amount of creatures used. Plus it gets haste. So That's a pretty solid card. It helped me win one of my matches before in drafts. All right. Okay. Vorthos Stellar to Myth. As Vorthos enters the battlefield, choose a named magic character. Each spell you cast with the chosen character and its name, flavor text, or art cost 5 less. This effect reduces only the amount of color mana you pay. That's pretty interesting. Got the Mountain. And okay. So overall, we got some pretty solid cards here. This is our stack right there, but let's just look at our attractions that we got. We got the Ferris wheel, pretty interesting for phasing out. Memory test is okay. Gift Tuck can be pretty fun. Live Flume is also pretty solid. Hall of Mirrors and Tunnel of Love, though, these are very good cards. I'm definitely running those in my commander. The Foam Weapon Kiosk, put 1/1 on each of your creatures, and it has Vigilance, solid card right there. Gallery of Legends, okay card. Push Your Luck, pretty decent. Centrifuge is pretty decent as well. And as well as the Merry-Go-Round. So I'm going to be having a lot of fun with these, making my commander deck. And then looking into the cards we got here. So we got our Mountain, we got our Steward of Myth, we got our Planeswalker, solid stuff there. Jermaine. And then we got also a planet. I think we have all 5 of the planets. Claire de Lune, Starlight Spectacle, Most Dangerous Gamer, that's going to be a fun one. Main Event Horizon. We have 1 of 2 dual lands. Sacred Foundry. Spelling Bee, that's a fun one. We got our Swamp. Clown Car, really good artifact vehicle. Grand Marshal. Carnival Barker. I think it's like the only adventure card in this set as well. Jason. And our Swamp. We got our Centaur here. Saw in Half, real fun one. We got a Plains. A robot here that's pretty broken. Blue Ribbon Island. Yeah, we got all 5 of the planet lands, so that's pretty solid. That Surprise Party. The Animate Graveyard. Standard Procedure. Mira, which I'm excited to use. Floros as well. Exchange Words is also going to be a really fun one. The Doodle. Par 3. Our Zap Brannigan. The Urza's Funhouse. The Lifetime Pass Holder. And our Blood Crypt. So overall, compared to the Phyrexia box, this is such a good box to pull. We got 2 of the dual lands, got some solid pulls here for the lands and for the rares, as well as some very fun attractions. Overall, pretty solid box here. Had a lot of fun pulling these. Cannot wait to make some fun decks out of these, and cannot wait to have a lot of fun using all of these with my friends and stuff for these unset drafts we're going to do in the near future. But hope you all enjoyed the video. If you like the video, please leave a like, leave a comment for anything you want to know about, and want to see more content, follow the channel, give us a good subscription here, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Thanks for the ride, and thanks for enjoying this clown show of a set.